Welcome back to my channel. This video is actually going to be a little bit different than my normal videos of tutorials. This is actually something I really came across my attention and I really wanted to share and get that out there. So if you clicked on the thumbnail to my video because you saw a warning for the Doona car seat, let's get right into that because that's what this video is going to be about. I had come across the Doona car seat stroller on YouTube one day and was blown away by easy mobility that I set out to find it. I showed the video to my boyfriend and he said we should get it. I told him I wish we could, but they were very expensive. It was then that I had a thought. I wondered if maybe Amazon had these strollers for a little cheaper, because Amazon usually has bulk of everything and sells everything for a little bit cheaper. So with that thought, I made my way over to Amazon and did a search for Doona car seats. And long and behold, one came up for about $200 cheaper than the $500 price tag I had been seeing online. Like most expecting parents, I set up a gift registry on Amazon for baby shower gifts. And on my wish list, of course, I placed this car seat stroller, not thinking I would get it. Then came the day of my baby shower, and long and behold, there it was. This car seat was purchased and given to us. It folded down into a car seat and unfolded into a stroller with ease. It came with an owner's manual showing all the ins and outs of the stroller, along with a comfort 2-year warranty and a warranty card. So we were all set. Then came the big day, and it was time to come home with our baby from the hospital. So we placed him in this new car seat and drove him home. Once we were home, we took the car seat out of the car and pulled the lever, and off we strolled into our home. For over a year, we used this brilliant invention in and out of the house, driving around the United States with our little one tucked safely in his seat. Well, that's what we thought. Okay, stop. How would you feel if I told you that all the pictures I just showed you of my stroller wasn't a Doona car seat? In fact, that car seat was 100% counterfeited. Yep, made in China, shipped to the United States, and bought off Amazon. How would you feel finding this out after using this car seat for your baby for over a year? Over a year. If you said in shock, I'd say that's definitely one way to describe my feelings, because I was absolutely devastated. My mind it went into overdrive trying to figure out what had just happened. So you might be thinking, like, what are you even talking about? So let me put a little pin in that one and we'll get right back to that here in a while. Let's take a look at something else for a minute. Do you see the differences? Well, if you don't feel bad. I used this stroller for over a year and I had a hard time trying to see the differences. So let me help you out. Here you can see the side emblems are different. So here the sewing and the material of the canopies are different. It might be a little hard to see, but they're different. Here the color of the metal is slightly different. The writing on the leg is different. So the counterfeit reads 4-in-1 car seat, and the Doona reads simple parenting. Here the Doona actually has Doona written on the canopy, where the counterfeit doesn't have anything. Here's a fun one. This is the owner's manual. Counterfeit says 4-in-1 car seat, Doona says Doona. It also has the Doona emblem on the bottom, whereas the counterfeit doesn't have anything on it. Here's a big one. The Doona has a sticker located here with manufacturing information on it and a serial number. The counterfeit doesn't have a sticker. Here we see that the Doona has a chest strap or a clip, and the counterfeit doesn't have one. So there's quite a bit of differences here, and I'm just gonna let you take a look at the rest. Needless to say, it's clear the Doona company is very proud of their brand and places their Doona label on everything. So when I was doing the research on my child's car seat, I came across this article. I've placed the links of these news articles and videos down below, so if you want to read those for yourself, I highly suggest you take the time to review those reports in full, because I'm just going to give you a tiny overview. So this is the first article. It's from CNN Business. It's titled, "We Bought a Car Seat on Amazon. It Shattered in a Crash Test." So a little overview of that one. It showed the test results. The counterfeit car seat broke into pieces in a 30 miles per hour car test. It failed to meet basic standards set by the US regulations, and the authentic Doona remained in one piece in the same 30 miles per hour test, and the authentic Doona also meets the US federal requirements. The next article I came across is from a website called Motherly. It's titled, "Fake, Dangerous Kid Products Sold Online. Here's how to avoid them." Motherly reports, Mother's team stated, "The results were horrific. The counterfeits failed flammability tests and tested positive for dangerous chemicals." So in contrary, the authentic Doona, actually the material is fire retardant. This is from a YouTube clip by KTVB7 out of Idaho. So KTVB7, they warn about the car seat knockoffs. They show how easily the plastic on these knockoff car seats bend, and warn about the dangers of using these car seats. They also give ways to identify these knockoff car seats. Again, check those links down below that I posted in the description box so you can go read those articles in full for yourself. So let's read this. This was a little horrific sticker sewn on to the seat belt. Yep, it actually states, "Warning, please use safety belts immediately after your baby can sit by himself." Use seat belts after your child can sit by himself. My gosh. It doesn't matter a person's age, you are to always use seat belts at all times when traveling in a motor vehicle. Oh, this sticker's awful. So by this time you might be wondering how I came across all this information. Well, this is how it all started. As I stated earlier, I'd been using this car seat for over a year and a half, and through that year I continued to complain about how horribly made this car seat was. I was always saying, like, I can't believe they want so much for these car seats when all they do is break. And like, it continued to break on me throughout the year and a half I used it. So I decided to go write a review on the original Doona YouTube video advertisement, and well, this is how it all went. So in my review I wrote, "I was lucky enough to get the stroller from my wish list. Its functionality is great, but it's broke in a couple places. The right side of the hood often pops out of the hole. After gluing it on, it finally snapped off from pressing the car seat into the base. Now it constantly bends in towards my son's face. The front left arm has cracked. It doesn't do well going off the sidewalk. For some reason, the leg often bends in, and over a year of use, it finally cracked. Using duct tape to hold it together. So I'd give it a 5 out of 10. 1 being horrible and 10 being perfect. Also, the base is sold separate, so be prepared to pay more for that. So to my surprise, I actually got a reply from Doona, and they said, "Hi Elizabeth, we're sorry that you've experienced such issues with your Doona. Why don't you email our customer service team and we will see what can be done. If this is a Doona within the 2-year warranty, these things should be covered. Obviously, pictures will need to be sent, etc., but please reach out so we can help you. Love, your Doona once again. Sorry, please email us at doona.com, blah, 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 blah." So after getting this correspondence back and forth, I went and got my owner's manual, looked up the warranty card and looked at the information, went to the website as suggested by this representative, and I couldn't find for the life of me the manufacturing information on my car seat. And looking at what they had on their website showing where that sticker is when I started thinking, wait, what's going on here? Why does my car seat not have this sticker? I was thinking, like, what could have happened to it? And, you know, like they say, God's always talking to you. You just got to listen. And I believe God put this thought into my head because it came out of nowhere. I had no idea about these counterfeits. But the thought was, look up counterfeit Doonas. Where that thought came from, I believe it came from God. So I had my phone in my hand, so I did a search, counterfeit Doonas, and wow, my gosh, the can of worms that opened that night. I was, as I was describing earlier, like in total shock, just like I was crying. I just couldn't believe, like I was just looking for every article I could find to try to figure out, like, wait a second, is my car seat a counterfeit? And after doing all my research, I just broke down crying. I was just like, this thing's a counterfeit. My gosh, my child could have died in this contraption that Amazon was selling. So, you know, after feeling every gambit of emotions one would feel experiencing something like that, that's when I went and did the research and found all this information. So after all the shock had worn off and I could think clear enough, I went back and replied to the representative of Doona. Wow, you replying to my review probably just saved my child's life. After going through the process of filling out the warranty form on your website, I noticed my son's car seat does not have a serial number. It came with a manual and with all new packaging when I got it. I then went on the internet to do some research and found out my Doona, quote unquote, car seat bought off Amazon is probably a fake made in China. I'm in tears right now thinking my child would have been killed if we had been in a car crash. I'm going to read this message. It was an email message sent to the seller from Amazon after I talked with them over the phone. It was kind of hard to explain to the Amazon associate that this car seat was a counterfeit. Actually, any agency I talked to about it, they just could not comprehend what I was talking about. They kept telling me, like, okay, so there's a recall on this car seat. And I'm like, no, there's no recall on this car seat. It's a counterfeit. No one's going to recall anything. And after talking with this Amazon rep, after a while, she finally got it. So this is the email that she sent to the seller. So we've been contacted by a customer regarding the order identified below. Received damaged or defective item details. The seller is no longer on Amazon, but the item is a fake and is not safety certified. If the baby had been hurt or killed in a car accident, it would have been because of this product. Please refund in full for this faulty fake item. Please research the item and contact the customer. So the seller replied, they said, "Dear buyer, thank you for your order. I'm sorry to hear that. In this case, could you please do me a favor to send me a photo of the item you received? Because my boss needs analysis of the item in order to improve the quality. Then I will do my best to solve your problem to meet your satisfaction. Is that okay? We won't let my customers suffer losses. Please trust me. Have a nice day." I thought this was an absolute ridiculous reply. First of all, they want me to send pictures, like, fine, but Amazon already told you to refund this money, and of course that's not what they do. They want pictures, and then they want to tell me to trust them. Like, please trust me. You're sending out products that'll kill kids, and you're wanting me to give you more trust? So annoying. And so you can hear in their reply, like, you're obviously not dealing it with anyone in America. I mean, the message had such broken English. This is the actual Amazon listing for the car seat I got. I now know that the seller was a third-party seller, and instead of calling their car seat, you can see here, instead of calling it a Doona, they call it a 4-in-1 car seat. The unfortunate deal here is when I did a search on Amazon for a Doona car seat, like literally typed that in there, this 4-in-1 car seat is what came up in the search. So I had no idea that counterfeit car seats even existed, much less being sold in the United States and on Amazon. So I wanted to throw this little clip in here. It was from when I talked with the Amazon worker when I was trying to get all this straightened out and filed and whatnot. She had pulled up the listing and read down in the question and answers section, and she's like, "Oh, well, it looks like someone asked if this was a real Doona," and the seller replied, "Not Doona, but we are produced by the same manufacturer. The quality can be assured." But you'll notice there too that the question was actually, it looks like, in Spanish. So I'm guessing that must be what it means in English. Is this real Doona? Also, this question was asked way after but my mother-in-law had already bought the car seat. So this wouldn't have even been there at the time, but hey, you know, maybe check out those question and answers, and maybe you'll come across someone asking that question, is this the real product of whoever it is you're looking for, and see what they say. So I mean, maybe they'll tell you, no, it's not the actual product of that company. I also learned during this research of this, I learned that some of these companies that are sending out these counterfeit products, they're actually sending registration cards with their products, with fake serial numbers on the cards. But by filling out the card and sending it in, it said that when they enter your card information into the system, that it'll flag, and they should be able to inform you that the car seat is already registered, or I guess baby product. Yeah, from what I was hearing was that they'll actually, like in this instance, like buy another Doona car seat, let's say like a real one, they'll take the serial number off of that one and then start printing it on their registration cards, so that way when they send out the product, it comes with the registration card with the manufacturer serial number on it, and you think, okay, this is legit, but it's not. My counterfeited Doona car seat never came with a registration card, but I was so new to this parenting thing that the lack of that card never crossed my mind. The first time I thought something was weird about my son's car seat was when it didn't have a chest clip, and it always bothered me. And I remember telling my mom one time, I just don't know why this doesn't have one. I hope this thing can hold him in if we get in an accident. After doing hours of research, I found out that Amazon isn't responsible for third-party sellers. They say that it's really hard to get a handle on these counterfeit products that are being put up on Amazon, because by the time Amazon is informed about the product and they get to removing it, the listing just pops up somewhere else. So they say it's like a game of whack-a-mole is what they described it as. So the problem is, by the time they are informed of the counterfeit product and remove it, they have already sold some of that product. They said it's safest to buy from a brick and mortar store because the way the law is written up, they are liable under the law for the products that are sold in their stores, whereas the law has not been changed or hasn't caught up to include online sales. So as of this date, I still have not received a penny from Amazon or the seller. Also, if you know anybody who has a Doona car seat, maybe a friend or family member, don't be afraid to send them a message or talk to them, see and make sure that their Doona car seat actually is the authentic Doona. You could be saving the kid's life. So best of luck to you and safe shopping. Beware of those third-party sellers on probably any site, but definitely keep an eye out for them on Amazon and know you're kind of on your own when you buy from a third-party seller. Just heads up.
If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button if this video was useful to you, or maybe you just enjoyed it. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. And if you are, I do know who you are. Thank you so much for your subscription. Don't forget to